Hello and welcome to WBBL Review, and I am joined by Izzy Wood. Welcome.
Hiya.
How are you? How's things going?
Yeah, it's going okay. Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm all good. Can't complain too much. Keeping myself busy. It's the summer holidays. And as
Yeah.
a teacher, I've got the 6 weeks off, so um, obviously doing loads of stuff with the kids. So it's probably busier now than it is when I'm at work. But what can you do? Did you watch the Lionesses match this morning? How was that for you?
I did watch it. Well, I used to play football when I was very young, before basketball started. Um, but I mean, yeah, I was got a little bit emotional towards the end, bless them. But no, it was a good game to watch, and they've done really well to get to where they have, and the rise of women's football and stuff is going well. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I'm proud of them, and they did a good job.
I was watching them all in tears at the end as well, like just getting
I
like
know, it's
puddles
so
and
sad to see, isn't it?
but
I know.
the Euros again in 2 years. I'm sure they'll bounce back, no problem.
Yeah, yeah,
So I thought we'd just have a chat about you and a chat about your basketball journey up to this point. We'll start with
yeah.
where were you born?
Um, it's born in Worthing, so a lot, yeah, near Brighton, down south for anyone who probably doesn't know where that is, but near there. And I live in a little town or village called Amring. And my parents have lived there the whole life, so that's where I'm based down south, and obviously up here in Durham. For the past 2 years and going into my third year now.
What are you studying at Durham?
I study sports science.
Okay.
Um, Goodness knows what I want to do with it, but it helped. Obviously, playing basketball. That was sort of based my university off basketball teams, and Durham and Speaking to Lee happened to be my favourite, so that's where I ended up.
So when did you start playing basketball?
Only about 8 years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I wasn't like I know a lot of players play when they're like 6 or whatever, but I didn't start till I was like 12 maybe.
And
Um,
what got you into it?
just at school. It was at secondary school, and I was I like to do a lot of different ranges of sport.
Mhm.
Um, and then I found myself picking up a basketball and PE lessons, and I thought, I really enjoy this and I'll take it further. So that's how it happened, and then from there, um, I think I played in the Sussex tournaments, that happened at Surrey. Played there and got in somehow to play for Sussex. Yeah, and then from there, it's sort of just build my way up.
So you say you didn't start till obviously secondary school. Were you a
Yeah,
sporty child when you were in primary school? Is there any other sports that you were doing back then?
yeah. I used to like do a lot of athletics. I used to like long distance running. I did play football. Only when my cousins played, so I sort of joined in with them and only played for like a local boys team back then. And then as I found my love for basketball, there was a decision between the two.
Mhm.
Basketball overrid it. Um, and yeah, that's how I happened to come to play for Sevenoaks when things got a little bit more serious.
Yeah, so talk us through the obviously you talked about playing at school. Talk us through how it works, how what different teams you played in when you were like teenager growing up.
So I played for National League team Brighton Cougars. They were a National League at the time. I think it was under 16. Played there for a year. Um, and then got into England under 15 and went to Copenhagen
Yeah.
with the squad. Played in that tournament under Christina. Um, and then from there, um, I said to my mom, I want to take this further, and Sevenoaks was sort of the team that at the time like had a lot of build up steps.
Hmm.
Um, Obviously it was a discussion between my parents because they had to drive an hour and a half to training 3, 4 times a
Yeah.
week, which was a lot, but they made it happen. So then after that, I joined Sevenoaks under 16, and they had a Division 1 team at the time, so sort of varied between the two. Um, we had a great year, like under 16. We won the cup, the league. Um, playing with Asha, Zalika, Shania, people like them. Um, and then yeah, I think not Lee, Len, sorry, bumped me up to the WBBL squad. A year after that. Um, so I still play Division 1, but I would get to
Yeah.
play in the WBBL as well.
What
So
was
yeah.
that step up like for you then? Obviously, getting to play with players obviously much older than yourself. How was that initially?
Yeah. Uh, Quite scary.
Yeah.
Um, so I was only young and obviously playing under the likes of Cat Carr and
Hmm.
athletes. I mean, it was great to learn from their experience, and they would always help and push in trainings. Um, so yeah, they really helped me push my game to the next level, which then helped me be prepared to come from the WBBL and Sevenoaks to come to Durham, which from the transition, I sort of knew what to expect
Hmm.
when I came to Durham.
So was it an option to stay down near Sevenoaks to play for them through university as well, or was the plan always to maybe move somewhere different?
Um, yeah, I think I wanted to experience life away from home a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, but there was an option. I could have played for Sevenoaks, and not go to university, or I could have gone to university down south and
Yeah.
worked between the two. But I think I wanted it all in one place.
Okay.
Um, like so playing like Bucks League, for example, and WBBL, and then studying all in one area. And it's Maiden Castle's not far from where I live, so it's walking distance instead of traveling like an hour and a half to train.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, it's just sort of all worked out well to come here.
So you had a chat with Lee. How did that go, and what impressed you about the Durham option?
Um, I think of how much they trained. At Sevenoaks, we trained twice a week. I mean, here we train every day. They have all the S&C facilities. They have the court right there. Can go on whenever. Um, and the program himself, when we first spoke, um, you know, really opened my eyes, and I was like, yeah, well, okay, this is something that I do want, in the future. Um, and then got offered a scholarship as well to come here, so that sort of helped with, um, the money side of
Yeah.
things. And it sort of all came together, and it was an opportunity that I thought, I wasn't going to turn down.
And how did you find your first few months, obviously being so far away from home? Because obviously Brighton and Durham are quite a distance from apart from each other. How did you
Yeah.
find the initial settling in period?
Um, it was, yeah, it was quite hard, obviously, because pre-season for basketball starts in September, and none of the other, students come to October
Mm.
the when the learning starts. So I was on my own for a bit, but I was under the wings of um Katie Bennett.
Hmm.
And I knew her previously from Sevenoaks, so I stayed with her for a while, and she sort of showed me the ropes and showed me everything. So it's like a home. They made it like a home away from home. Obviously, it was still hard, missing family and friends down south, but I quite liked having a little bit of independence as well.
So talk to us about that first year and talk to us about what's happened since then.
Um, yeah, first year was great. We got to the finals in Bucks against Essex, and
Mhm.
unfortunately we came up short. Um, and WBBL we made playoffs, but again, yeah, to train with people like Jess and Elle and older people who've had that experience helped me boost up, and to have like individual trainings with Lee and do one-on-ones and just work on my game myself really helps. However, this second year um came up for preseason in September, and just in training was just going up for a layup and happened to which at the time I didn't realize it was going to be this serious, did tear my ACL, which obviously meant that I was out for the whole of last season, and had my surgery in March this year.
So the ACL injury you hear all the time. I mean, you look at the footballers at the minute, Leah Williamson,
Yeah.
me, both ACL. Talk us through an injury like that.
Um, Gosh, it's hard to put into words. It's definitely difficult, not just physically, but like mentally as well. Um, 'Cause I would still go to, all the games, all the trainings. I'd still be there. Sometimes I'd take myself away and go to the S&C gym and do rehab and whatnot. But it was difficult to try be positive for the team, but then
Mhm.
also realize that you know I can't be there to help in any way on the court. And I think for me, I found it was definitely harder mentally before the op than it has been after the op. I'm
Right.
not sure why, because I know that after the op, there's you can work your way up to progress, and you know that you're trying to get fit to come back. Whereas like before the op, I was like, oh, not sure when it's going to happen. Am I going to make next season? Am I going to be able to play, or am I going to be out another year? Um, so yeah, I've definitely found it better knowing that I can go to the gym and that there is an end goal and that I will get back to the court at some point.
And how are you now? Where are you at the moment with it?
Just coming up for 5 months now. Um, and it's going really well. Um, yeah, I mean, I can run, jump. It's like kind of repetitive in the things that you do, but um, over time and a couple more months down the line, hopefully you can get back on court and get back to it.
And as you say, you've been kind of in and around training and matches quite regularly. So that side of things, I guess you're still up to date with the whole game day
Yeah,
and that kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still went into, when Lee did his plays, I still went to go to the meetings and to their scouts, and whatnot. So off the court, like I still know what they're doing. It's just obviously having a year out and then having to put myself
Yeah.
back into it, um, will be, it'll be quite difficult, but we'll get there.
Let's talk a little bit about the WBBL as a whole. You've been involved in the league, what, 4 years. What
Yeah.
what's your opinion on where it's going and the standard of competition and what's your opinion on the league?
It's definitely improving. I mean, all the years that I've been there, it's always been one step up. I mean, I think it's great that London and likes of Caledonia and Europe. It's just hoping that obviously the gap between how good they are and
Mhm.
the others doesn't get too big. But I think if we all bring ourselves up, the league will be even better. Um, so yeah, no, I enjoy playing in the league.
And obviously, Jess Wayne's moved from Durham, but still in the
Yeah,
WBL. That's going to be strange, right?
gonna be really strange. I mean, yeah, I'm excited that she's still in the UK and she's not, a couple hours away, so you can still see her. Um, Obviously, I would have wished that she could have stayed at Durham,
Mhm.
but it's changed for her, and I think it'll be good, and I think she'll be great there.
You mentioned books a few times. Obviously, that's the university's competition that happens kind of
Yeah,
midweek. How do you find juggling both of those competitions? Is it quite similar? Because obviously the Durham team, there's a lot of similarities between the Bucks team and the WBBL team. Does that make it
yeah,
easier for I don't know, the squad's like mentality and stuff? Talk us through the juggling those two competitions.
yeah. I mean, we all train together, um, and Bucks games are on Wednesdays, and then WBBL are weekends.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, juggling it all around. Everyone, we're all still a team together, but whoever plays Bucks, plays Bucks, and whoever plays Bucks in WBBL, for example, will play both, and the chemistry does really work, and I think it really helps. Sometimes in trainings we'll have Bucks team against a WBBL team and go against each other. Um, yeah, but as a whole, it really works. And I like having a mix of everyone together. I think it's nice.
And obviously Durham have been pretty successful, getting quite late in the competitions over the past few years as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, we're very successful. It's been annoying that we haven't been able to get that number one, but
Mhm.
I'm sure we can. And I believe that we can. So it would be nice to bring that gold medal home.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right then, some questions just from different fans. What is the best thing about being in Durham?
Ooh, the best thing. Um, I don't really know. I feel like it's all like quite together. Like the town itself is very student like, and I think that's quite nice because when they do have time for social stuff, everyone can go out. Like, yeah, I think just the town as its whole and how it's a university city. I think that's one of my favorite parts, and apart from basketball,
Yeah.
obviously.
I work in Durham, so I drive into Durham each like weekday, and
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Like the cathedral, you're driving in, you see the
yeah,
cathedral, the river going through. It's like it's a beautiful place, Durham.
it is. Yeah, no, it is a stunning place.
I should work on the tourist board. Come to Durham. What has been your favorite match for Durham, and why? Have you got like a particular highlight? One you look back on?
Oh, I was gonna say when we played Sevenoaks last year.
I was going to ask you about the Sevenoaks one because you hit a couple of
Uh,
threes towards the end, didn't you?
yeah, I didn't play much during the
Uh-huh.
period of the game, but got put on at the end, and some managed to make three threes,
Hmm.
which sent us to overtime, and we were level with them. Um, I think that was one of my favorite highlights. I mean, especially against Sevenoaks, as much as I loved the team, it was
Yeah.
against my old team, and it was nice to score against them, I guess.
Get one up against them, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right then, some quick fire questions then so we can get to know you a little bit better outside of the court as well as some on-court questions as well. Let's start with your favorite Netflix series.
Prison Break, probably.
Everyone, when I do these interviews, everyone always says programs I haven't watched. So I just need to up my Netflix game, I think.
Yeah, Prison Break or Money Heist, I think it's called.
Yeah, see,
That's a good
haven't
one.
seen either of those. Tea or coffee?
Coffee, but I'm gonna go iced coffee. Don't
Oh,
like
ice cream.
don't like hot coffee. Yeah.
Favorite Disney film?
Ooh. Um,
Big question.
is Iron Man Disney or is that?
Hmm.
Was that
No, I
Marvel?
don't think it's Marvel, isn't it? Did Disney buy
It's
Marvel?
on Disney. It is on
Yeah.
Disney. I don't know. Can we count that one?
I mean, I'm a little disappointed in Iron Man being your favorite Disney film,
Sorry.
but we'll go with it. What annoys you the most?
Oh gosh. What generally?
Yeah, just what really kind of gets on your nerves and makes you get a bit angry.
Um, when you cook and eat food, right, and then you don't wash up afterwards. It really annoys me when it's just sitting there on the side. I
Okay.
like to up straight after to know that it's clean. But yeah,
I guess
yeah,
stereotypically students aren't good for like washing up after themselves, right?
that's true.
What's your game day routine?
Oh, depends on the time. The game is when I depends on when I wake up. Um, Normally get dressed, shower, all that kind of stuff, and then head down to MC, get changed in our kit, and then we'll go up to the scout room, have a little meeting, and then we'll do whatever individual stuff we need to do. Whether that's like ball handling stuff or likes of just getting taped by the physio. Um, and then we'll have our warm up and stuff, and then yeah, kind of basic really.
Yeah,
Nothing
do you
too
have a preferred
much
time
to
of
it.
day?
A time of a game.
Yeah, so obviously Durham play the games at 1 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, but Newcastle say play 7:30 on a Saturday night. Do you have a
Yeah,
preferred time?
I think I would rather a early evening game. Maybe not 7 o'clock late, but in between the one and the
Hmm.
because Lee likes us to be there 2 hours early.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I think I would rather like a maybe 3 o'clock tip, something like that. Maybe that's a lazy student, but
What's your favorite meal and why?
either spaghetti bolognese
Okay.
or roast dinner. Like a roast dinner on a Sunday. That's always kind of been a tradition.
Nice.
And spaghetti bolognese, I don't know. I feel like you can't really go
Yeah.
wrong with it.
Classic.
Yeah, classic.
What is your biggest fear?
Spiders or snakes?
Okay. Do they have to be big spiders or are you scared of the really small ones?
I can deal with the small ones. It's when they're like quite big bodied, and yeah, I don't like them.
So
Can't deal with them.
you can never do something like I'm a Celebrity.
No, definitely not. I'd give it a go, but
Hmm.
I'd probably be saying I'm a celebrity game out if I would have done.
Right. What's the top of your bucket list?
Ooh, bucket list. Hmm, good question. I want to go jet skiing. That's
Okay.
on the bucket list.
Nice.
Maybe in the Maldives or somewhere nice like that. That's on the bucket list.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I don't really have one.
I was gonna say I don't know
But
how to answer most of these questions, so I just ask the questions. Pineapple on a pizza. Yeah, is that?
never had it.
Oh,
Never had it, and I don't know. I've never really. I like pizza, but pineapple on a pizza has never really appealed to me.
I think you need to
No,
try it though to really like rule it out completely. Uh,
true. Yeah, maybe I do. I don't know. Like, I'm not a massive fruit lover myself.
okay,
Um, and to think of it like hot on a pizza, I don't know. Yeah,
fair enough. Do you follow like basketball teams, say WNBA, NBA? Do you watch a lot of basketball or not so much?
yeah. I watch a lot of Steph Curry
Hmm.
and Golden State Warriors. He's definitely been my basketball idol as I've grown up. Um, and being a shooter myself, like a lot of things that he does, I'd love to be able to do. So he's definitely someone that I watch a lot and
Yeah.
watch the Golden State Warriors a lot.
If there's a shooter in basketball that you're going to watch and look up to, I guess Steph Curry's the
Yeah, I guess
one,
so.
isn't he? What would you say your main strength was as a basketball player?
Um, Shooting probably. I
Hmm.
got quick release maybe. Um, and I'd like to say I'm quite fast, but I mean, being out a year, I feel like goes a little bit, but yeah, I was gonna say shooting.
Right, I've got one question left before I ask it. I just want to say a huge thank you for joining me and taking time out so we can get to know you better and kind of learn more about your injury and where you are with it and what you've gone through to get to this point as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, last question, I need you to finish this sentence. I love basketball because.
It brings me happiness.
Oh, I like that. That's a nice finish.
Yeah.
Right, again, thank you so much, and I'll
Thank you.
hopefully see you playing again this season
Yeah, hopefully.
and seeing Durham advance through the into the playoffs and things like that. So that would be really good.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Right.